Hello everyone, it's Psychomaniac, and I am back from my week-long vacation, going down to Tennessee and back, picking up one of my friends. It was a week-long vacation, so there were plenty of other stuff, and we did a bunch of other things, and I'll be talking about that in today's video. So this is a live commentary of me playing GTA Online with someone I know, and I'm just going to be messing around with them, killing them a lot. So the vacation starts off, and we are bringing our camper so we have a place to sleep other than just some random places, because it's going to take more than one night, especially with what happened, to get down to each of the cities that we were going to. So we stopped at Kansas City first to visit my cousins and my grandparents. We stayed there for like 2 or 3 nights, I think. It was 2 nights. And then we went to, after that we left, and we went to Tennessee to meet my friend, and we decided to bring him back with us. So the vacation starts off with us bringing the camper, and eventually one of the tires popped because we haven't changed the tires in that thing for like 9 years, and my dad knew it was gonna happen, but he just brought it anyway for whatever reason. And so it pops, and we change it on the side of the road, I think, or we stop at some other place and then change it, and then we go a little bit further, and another tire pops. That's right, 2 tires in like 20 minutes within each other. It was ridiculous. I was really annoyed. Except, I don't know if it was this tire, the second one, that blew a hole in the camper, or another one, because we had 3 total pop tires on the trip down to Kansas City. But those were the only 3 tires that popped. But one of the tires blew a hole in the camper. And my dad found out that if he was going too fast, then he would be messing up with like the whole pressure of the tires and it would pop. So we were just going 60 miles an hour down the highway and stuff. So it delayed our trip a lot by like a day or so. So we end up stopping, and we stopped and changed the second tire because all we had left was a spare. And so we needed to leave the camper behind because we're not going to be driving it with a pop tire. So we leave the camper behind at a way station on the side of the highway. Go to the nearest town, go to Walmart, and get 2 tires to be put on the 2 rims that we had. One of them was a spare and the other one was just supposed to be on the tire. So we go back to it, and it was near a prison too, so my mom was scared that there was someone inside of it. And I knew that there wasn't anyone inside of it. I'm like, because my dad had the camper locked. Of course they could crawl through the hole, but it wasn't even that big of a hole. I mean, it was noticeable. It was in our cupboards. We had to change. We had to take everything out of the cupboards and stuff from it. So we're doing that. We're getting our tires, and the person who worked at that Walmart was like, "Oh, it's gonna take like an hour and a half before we can get to you." And I was like, "Oh my god, I just want to go to Kansas City and all that stuff." And like, I'd say like 30 minutes later, maybe 20 or something, my dad comes out of Walmart with both the tires, and it's like, "Good news, we're done." And I was like, "I thought that they said it was going to take an hour and a half for it to be gone." And he's like, "No, the person who told me that was just a jokester." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Because my dad told us, like, he believed it. And I thought so too. I don't know if he still believed it, like when he told us, or he was just joking around with us. and just following what he said. Anyway, so we get back on the road, and before we get to Kansas City, another tire pops, the third one. So we're doing that. We change it out. We go to another Walmart, and I think we had to like stop at 2 different Walmarts or something because one of them didn't have like a tire shop or anything. So we get that one done, and then my dad's like, okay, well, if we get another top tire, we're not going to Tennessee. That was basically the whole reason why I wanted to go on the vacation, to meet my friend who lived down there. He used to live up here, but he was not doing so good in school, so his dad or mom made him move down there and stuff. So we get to Kansas City 2 days after, I believe, we left our house, and we stopped at campsites 2 times. I don't remember which ones they were. All I know is that they were. One of them was a state park. Another one we just pulled through, unless it was the same one. I'm not quite too sure. But we stay at a campsite near Kansas City with a lake. It's like a man-made lake, and we do stuff there. I forgot. Oh yeah, we got there on Father's Day, so we watched the basketball game between I don't know the teams. I think it's the Warriors and the Cavs with Steph Curry and LeBron James. I think. I'm not a sports person. I'm like the opposite of a sports person. I know like a total of 20 sport people. And so we watch that. We have a cookout and a barbecue and all that stuff with the whole family. And then the next day, we're at the campsite. Everyone came over except for one of my cousins because he was busy with something else. But um, we all went swimming in the lake, like all the kids went swimming in the lake that was nearby at the beach, and all the parents stayed and got drunk at the campsite. So when we get back, my dad was like wasted. He laid down in bed and was just out for the rest of the night. And so that happens. And then we leave again to go to Tennessee. And when we're on our way there, luckily no tires popped. But we did, I think, have one stop in between. I'm trying to think if we did. We were thinking about going to Lake of the Ozarks, but no, it was just a straight trip there because we left early in the morning and then just like drove all the way to there. I think we did get lost like 2 or 3 times because we took the wrong exit. And so we get there and we get there and the only person who's home is my friend Christian and his stepbrother, basically. I guess you could call him. And yeah, he would be his stepbrother. And then, so he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know where he wants us to park our camper, because we didn't go to like a camping spot or whatever. We just parked it in their, front lawn because, it was flat and they already had like the electricity box thing that we needed or something, so we could just plug it into that and then we'll be like we're at a camping spot. So what we basically all did when we were at Kansas City, or not Kansas City, Tennessee, was we swam, got sunburned, and went to my mom bought barbecue sauce at Porky's because that's like her favorite barbecue sauce ever. And then we did something else. We went to this like jazz show or whatever. I don't remember the restaurant. But we went there, and then there was really loud music. It was hard to order because the music was so loud. They didn't have any like drinks other than just alcohol and water. So I didn't really have a good time there because I'm under the age of 21, so I can't drink alcohol. I didn't really like that day because I just wanted to go home. The adults wanted to go to another bar and get drunk even more and all that sorts of things. And I just really didn't like it. But we eventually got done with that day and got home, and then I went to sleep, and then I woke up the next day, and the next day we didn't really do anything other than sit in the pool. And then when we were going to leave, my friend took his mom's Challenger, Dodge Challenger, to take home with him because his car wasn't gonna last it. I think it was a Monte Carlo, but it was like old, like it was double used. Like the person who he bought it from bought it off of someone else. So on our way back home, they were listening to music I didn't really quite favor, but they did, and I was sitting in the back seat the whole time, and I was really cramped. I had a bad headache. I was really tired. I didn't really enjoy the ride home, and when my sister was driving, they took turns because it was like a long drive home. I wanted to drive, but I don't have my license. I only have my permit, so my friend didn't let me because he didn't trust me. Also, if we got pulled over, I would have gotten in trouble because no one in the car. My sister isn't over 21, and she needs to be over 21 for me to drive with her in the car. So, yeah. So we get home, and we start unpacking. I take a nap. And then yesterday was my first job at work, my first day at work at my new job. And apparently I'm doing really good, better than someone else. And yeah. So that was my vacation over the week, basically summed down. And yeah, the next vacation I want to go on, I want to do something with like amusement parks and stuff, because that would have been great. So this has been Psychomania.